Hey guys, Richard here with eBike Reviews and Adventures, and today's video is about my e-bike loadout. I'm going to share with you everything that I carry with me when I'm out on adventures. And so we're going to go through everything that's on the bike that's attached. We're going to go through what's in the bags over here, and maybe it'll help you. So stick around. Okay guys, for this video we're going to use the Mach Wheel Basalt. It's one of my favorite brand bikes, and it's one that I really like. This is the one I prefer to take when I'm taking longer trips. And so let's go ahead and see what we got going on here. I do have my helmet over here just to show you that that is something I do wear on every trip I take. I'm always wearing a helmet, and I prefer the Smith brand helmets, and I've done videos on that, so that's always on my head. And let's take a look up here at the cockpit area, because I do have a bag that's a recent addition. I did a video on this recently too. It's a great little handlebar bag, and I'll show you the contents of that momentarily. Going on down here, I do have a garage door opener that I attach to my bikes when I'm just staying in the neighborhood. It makes it easy to go zipping in and out of the garage, so I use that. I just move this from bike to bike depending on what I'm riding that day, but that's pretty convenient. This is something that doesn't always go with me. Now this is bear spray, and I only use that when I'm going to be back into the woods. Okay, you've seen some videos where I go back into the woods hitting some trails. I do take it with me on those trips, but not for anything that is through the city or more populated areas. If you're interested in something like this one I purchased through Costco because I got a much better deal on it versus Amazon. And hey, I think it's great. I hope I never have to use it. Okay, over here we do have a bike lock. I like to take these cheapo bike locks because they're lightweight, they're easy. I try to slip them on my bike. Just in the event I end up somewhere where I have to stop and leave the bike unattended for a few minutes, I'll use that. I do have a bigger lock, which I'll show you momentarily, that I use if I have to lock up my bike for an extended period of time. And back here I do have my main bag for the rear. And this is the Kimimoto, it's a Kimimoto bag, and I'll get you more details about that when I detach it and we go through it. I've always got a water bottle, and I lash that down to the top here because I use a 40-ounce bottle that gives me plenty of water here in the Florida sunshine. And they just don't make a mount for something that large to go on the bike, so I just leave it tucked in back there. But let's break this down and go through the contents of the bags. Okay, first let's talk about the water bottle right here, because I want to share with you that I lash this down with the lashings that are already on the bag, but I also add an additional strap. And there's a couple different kinds. I really like these by Trail Lancer. However, they don't make them long enough to go completely around larger bags like this. So I have another brand that I've been using, and it's just Wrap It. But this is not as good of a strap. Primarily because the strap is not sewn into the buckle right here. So when you start putting tension on it, it tends to slip sideways like that. Whereas on the Tri-Lancer, it is sewn in nice and tight, so there's no slippage. So I do like the Tri-Lancer better, but this does the job. And the water bottle is easy access. You just pull it out whenever I need to use it. Now let's just talk about this bag for a minute, because this bag, as it's configured right now, does weigh 14.5 pounds, which is a pretty heavy bag, and most of you don't need a bag this size. Most of you are not going to carry all the things that I carry, but understand, I also have camera equipment and things like that in this bag as well. So let's just dive into it, and I'll show you everything that I have. And starting over here on this side, in this pouch right here, I always try to carry an extra granola bar, something that's not going to get destroyed in the hot sun, something that's not going to melt, and these are pretty good for that. So I swap those out periodically, replace it when I eat it. And then this is where I have the larger lock. This is the ACCESSORY lock, and that was gifted to me from Rad Power Bikes because of the video that I did for them. And there's the keys I keep in there. So this is just tucked away inside here. Now let me show you something about this bag real quick. Inside this compartment here, you also have a fold-out saddlebag for expansion. So, if you're riding along, if you need more storage or something, you can fold this out and use it as additional storage, which is pretty nice. But and it does have straps and buckles here on the back to be able to lash it down so it doesn't flop. I don't use that currently. I may here soon because this bag is getting pretty full. And now on this side of the bag, this is where I keep some tools and things. I try to carry a tire repair kit. Hopefully I never have to use that when I'm out and about on the trail. I do have some Allen wrenches, and these are the Rock Bros Allen wrenches. They're pretty good. I do travel with a small flashlight, just in case I end up in the dark somewhere and I need some additional lighting. I do carry an adjustable wrench. Zip ties are a must. Here's a couple of tools to help you break down a tire. In case you do have to break down a tire and patch a tube or something, you can do that. This little guy right here is rear handy. This is a 4-way valve core tool, so you can remove the core of the valve stem. And you need this if you're going to add slime or flat out to your bike tubes. So, if you're out on the trail and you have a flat tire and you have slime with you, you got to use this tool to be able to remove the valve stem, to be able to squeeze in all the slime. Then you got to replace the stem using the tool, and then you need to air up your tire. So, and I do have an air pump. We'll get to that momentarily. But these are all the things I keep right here in this side pouch. Now, I mentioned the straps, but I don't think I mentioned the fact that I do carry extra straps with me, and I tuck them right here because the water bottle doesn't fit in this little compartment right here. So I just shove some extra straps in there because I'm always needing a little something extra to be able to strap down. Now, one more nice thing about this bag is it does have an expansion that you can unzip right here that gives it a little more height right up here. So as you can see, that expands a couple inches there. So I do have a little more room inside the bag if necessary, but typically I don't have to use that. Now let's see what we have going on in here. Now, I've mostly got this bag packed according to what fits, and I try to pack it so that I have what I need most often near the top. And certainly my chest rig for my action camera is something that I use a lot when I'm out riding. So that's right up here on top. I do have some sunscreen that I carry with me all the time, and that is also right there. This little bag right here, this little hard case, is what holds my audio equipment. I am using it right now to record this video, so those two pieces are missing. And this is for a third piece in case I want to do an interview with someone. Someone is joining me on the video. But that's real nice to have. And that, in case you were curious, that is the Rode Wireless Go 2 brand if you're looking for a wireless mic. Next in this bag of goodies right here, I have my favorite tripod, and I'll show you this real quick. So this tripod is really nice, and it's pretty simple to use. It allows you to fold it, close it down. It holds my camera really well right here. Whoops, holds my camera really well. I can lock it down if I need to right there. But it's also, I can use it as a selfie stick, right? So when I'm driving along, I can use it as a selfie stick, but I can also use it as a small miniature tripod, or I can extend this out completely all the way and use it as a tripod when I'm filming videos. All right, so continuing, it's important that everybody have some type of first aid kit. And, I first went out and purchased one that was, rather simple and small so I could carry it with me. But honestly, when you do that, you never have what you need anyway. So you're always better off just making one. This one's got some cotton balls and it's got some Band-Aids and, a few other small little items there. But go ahead and just assemble yourself something that's going to be more useful to you. So, we got tape, we got Neosporin, we've got bug bite stuff in here, we got wound care, wound seal, gauze pads, and a number of items, and of course essentials in the event that you get caught out in the woods. And for bigger gaping, gashing wounds, I do have a compression bandage right here that I like to carry with me. And if you're not familiar with a compression bandage, basically it's a big thick gauze pad to cover a large wound, and it comes with the bandage itself that you can wrap up around your leg or around your arm or around your head or whatever. And it can do, it can soak up a lot. So that's always good to have. And it's always a good idea to carry a tourniquet. Now this might be overkill for some people, like, I'm not going to need something like that. But if you're out doing off-trail riding, mountain biking or anything like that, then there is the potential there to have a pretty serious accident. And this could save somebody's life right here if there's a big enough wound. Okay, moving on here, we have some more camera equipment items here, so let me get those out here. This is for my action camera. It's a magnetic head right here that my action camera just snaps onto it. And this has also got a magnetic base, so I can attach it to the side of the truck, or I can attach it to the bike rack, or anything metallic. And it allows me to get some shots that way. And I have a similar one And I have another one right here that I use for my cell phone camera. You know, I can set my cell phone in there, and again, I can, you know, whether I set this on the ground or whether I need to attach it to the side of the truck or the bike somewhere, you know, I can get some different angles, different shots. And going along with the camera equipment is my action camera. So it stays right here in this hard shell, so it's nice and protected. And I use the DJI Action 3. I love that camera. It's very nice. Next in here, here's the bottle of slime that I travel with, and it does have a filler tube right here that you can pull out and attach to the top. And what I like about the slime is, you know, it's pretty simple to use. They tell you how much you need to use for whatever type of tire you want to air up, whether it be like a vehicle, camper, tractor, motorcycle, or bicycle tire. It tells you how much you need to use. And then on here on the side, it does show you how much, you know, for instance, right there's 4 ounces, 8 ounces. And then it's got easy instructions on how to use it. It tells you about removing the valve stem core and shaking this up, putting it in, airing up your tire. Pretty simple stuff. I used this a couple of times. It seems to work okay. And next I have the air pump that I like. You've probably seen this because I did a video on this. And I'll just go ahead and pull it out and show it to you real quick. I really like this. This is a 4,000 milliamp battery inside here. It comes with the filler hose right here, onboard storage, and then you can just screw it in, set whatever desired tire pressure you need, start it and walk away, and when it's done it shuts off automatically. I've used this on my vehicle tires, I've used this on my bike tires, and it does come with a couple of adapters down in here so you can fill up different types of tires. And lastly, down here in the bottom is something I hope I never have to use, and that is an e-bike. It's a rain cover. Now this is just a cheaper brand, so it's a really thin material, but you know, I've got it for emergency uses only. In the event that I'm out riding around and I get stuck in a rainstorm, you know, you've probably been there, you're looking for cover, and at least now I've got something that I can protect my bike to keep from destroying it, hopefully, right? So I hope I never have to use this, but again, it was pretty cheap. It was like $15, and it's pretty compact, doesn't take up a lot of space, so I keep that tucked down here in the bottom. Okay, and here's what I have going on up here in my handlebar bag, and there's really not much in there right at the moment. But what I do have in here is, you know, I keep sunglasses in here. I keep another granola bar or something tucked away right here, nice and easy. And I do have a battery bank that I've got tucked away in this pocket right here. This is like a 30,000 milliamp power bank, and I've got a cord there so that I can keep my cell phone charged up. The cell phone battery really drains down quickly when I'm using Ride, was it Ride GPS, my Ride GPS? Anyway, it's the mapping software that I started using here just recently, and it drains the battery a lot, so I needed something on my longer rides to keep that up and going. So I've got that tucked in here. But I do have plenty of space in there. If I needed to add like an extra water bottle or something, I'd be able to do that. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope it was helpful to you to see some of the things that I carry with me. There's going to be links to probably everything down below, so you can go check it out if you need to. Those are affiliate links, so if you make any purchases, it does help the channel grow. And that's probably it for this one. If you, like I said, if you enjoy it, show me some love, please, and smash that like button. Help this video to spread wide and far. And now all that's left to do is to try to repack all this into this bag just the way I had it, so it fits and I can get it zipped up. And well, I'm not going to show you all that. Till the next video, ride safe.